Hi, Heather here from Creative Kiwi Embroidery. Please join me in watching how we make our little hanger in the hoop. Now, depending on your hoop size, the hanger might not be that little, but the design set includes hoop sizes from 4x4 hoop right through to the 9x14. Now, this is a design set for your stash. So while I have included a couple of designs with the file, the actual idea is to use this project to add your own designs, use your favourite fabric, add your favourite embroidery design, add any kind of wording you like, birth announcements. It's just a lovely little item that you can make quite quickly to show off your favourite embroidery design. This video shows you the techniques we use to actually make the design. All the detail is included in the step-by-step instructions which you receive with the download. That includes all your cutting sizes and different thread colours. This video is designed to be used with the instructions rather than as the instruction. Okay, let's have a look at what we need for the design. So there's the little 4x4 one. I'm just showing that you need a front fabric, a back fabric, and some tassels, but here it is in detail. So I use a palin or fusible fleece. It's about 1/4 of an inch wide. It's quite thin. You need 2 pieces of fabric, one for the front, which just goes around the edges, the frame, and then a backing fabric. I've added some iron-on interfacing on both sides of my front and back fabric. It's just to give it a bit of strength. You've got your inner fabric, just the white one there, and then just little options that you can embellish with. We've got the tassels and a piece of ribbon, a hanging ribbon. You don't need to use those, but they do make it look really cute. With this style of design, because you want to remove all traces of stabiliser, I suggest using 2 layers of water-soluble stabiliser, and it's the fabric type, not the solvay type. And as you can see there, I also hoop and use pins to ensure there is no movement within the hoop. So once we've hooped our stabiliser, we take it off to the machine and we stitch the first outline, which is just an outline of the actual hanger. And on it just has, this stitch is a guide for where you can add your tassel, and just it's the outline of the actual hanger. So as long as you tape everything outside of those stitch lines, you won't be stitching over any tape. So as you can see there, I'm just taping in the tassels and the ribbon. And I'm just using the side edges as a guide for where to put my ribbon. This is a 5x7 hoop. I put it quite close to the edge. On the bigger designs, I would actually put it closer into the middle. The next step is just taking your piece of palin and taping that in place, and then putting it back into the machine where it will once again stitch an outline. We take the hoop off the machine, and just using some sharp scissors we cut away that excess palin, and be careful that you don't cut off the tape, the handles or the tassel. Done that many times before. Now we're just going to put the inner fabric, so we're just taping that in place. And then back to your machine and just to stitch that down. Now the next option we have is just a background quilting. If you don't want to quilt the inner, if you've got a pretty fabric, then you can just skip this colour. By the magic of video, we've finished that step. Now at this point is where you would put your design. If you want to put something in, I've magically stitched out just that design does come with the set. And the next step is we're just doing another stitch round. Not so important on the 5x7 and 4x4, but when you get to the bigger hoops, or if you've done a quite stitch intensive embroidery design in the middle, there may be some movement. So we're just doing another stitch round just so you have a nice tidy edge to cut away, which is what I'm doing at this point. So just cutting away that excess inner fabric. Now there's just a step you need to do here, is put your backing fabric on the back of the hoop. As you can see, the right side's facing up because that's going to be the actual back of the hanger, and the stitch that we do there just attaches the backing fabric to the top. We're now going to put our front frame fabric on, and that's going to stitch round, and don't worry, it doesn't stitch over the top. And that just stitches round twice to give you a nice cutting edge. This step is just quilting along that inner frame. Again, if you don't want to do that, you can skip it. It's just a line quilt, it just gives it a nice edge, and that shows on the back. I'm sorry, it is hard to see with the black fabric and the material, but that's the back of the hoop, and we're just cutting away that excess. And you do the same on the front of the hoop. Again, don't cut off the tassel or the tabs at the top. And here you can see just carefully cutting away that centre. This is where those echidna scissors are great. The duckbill scissors, they kind of help save the fabric on the edges there. Back to the machine, and by the magic of video we've just about finished, but that last colour or thread is just the satin stitch. It zigzags right around the edge and then does the satin stitch edging. That quick and that simple. Now we just remove it all from the hoop, and we're going to cut away all that excess stabiliser. And now we just use some hot water and a Q-tip, and we're just removing all traces of that stabiliser. So that's the beauty of the In the Hoop project. That's done now. All ready to go. As I say, you could use this idea for so many projects. So obviously the 4x4 and 5x7 are quite small, but by the time you use some of your bigger hoops, you can add some really good designs there, or lots of information. So a really quick birth notice. You can use them as banners if you like. You can do lots of things with them. So there we are. It took me probably as long as it did to make it to tie that little bow, because I'd cut the edges of the ribbon too short. But they're all ready to go. That's the 5x7 size, and there's the 4x4 size, and both inner designs are included in this design set. That's the back of it. Now this is the larger 8x10 size that I did. Now that design shown in the middle is actually just a sample I'm working on, so it's not included in this design set, but that's a 5x7 design, so it just gives you an idea of the sizing or the type of design you can put inside. I hope you enjoy this design set. I can't wait to see what you do with it. Make sure you join our Creative Kiwi Facebook group and upload your photos so we can see what you'd use. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.